Good morning, children. I am here with the third and final video of the 100 dresses part 2. We have so far decided, so far, sorry, I beg your pardon. We have so far discussed the letter from Ian Petronsky, how Mrs. Mason handled that, what was the impact on Peggy and Maddie, what did Peggy and Maddie do? They walked up to Bog Insights to find Wanda and tell her that she was intelligent and the entire school believed she was good, and they request her not to leave the school and the city and promised to take a stand for her if anybody bullied her. But misfortune struck them. They had already left by the time they reached. They had to return home, while Peggy seemed very casual about it and not very much affected about it. She was like, okay, I tried to make amends, but if she's not available, what can I do? In fact, she even credited herself for giving Wanda the ideas which made her the winner of the competition, which actually inspired her to draw those 100 portraits of dresses. But Maddie was deeply disturbed. She couldn't sleep. She imagined her helping Peggy, and Peggy's appearance, Peggy's house's appearance, the way she speak and talk, everything kept coming back and haunting her. So she finally made a decision that she would take a stand for anybody who would ever bully anyone, and that gave her some peace and she could sleep. Now we start from the next part of it, the letter to room 13. That's the final part of it, when they receive a letter from Wanda addressed to all the students of actually the class teacher, but obviously a class teacher is addressed means it is for all the students. Now, when it was Saturday, when Maddie and Peggy spent the entire afternoon writing a letter to Wanda Petronsky. Right? Yes. What did they write in that letter? It was sort of a friendly letter, not an apology letter. In that letter, they told Wanda that she had won the contest and how pretty her drawings were, and then asked her if she liked the place where she was staying presently, whether she liked the school. Right? They actually intended to say that they were sorry, but they didn't write that. The letter seemed like as if it's being written by a good friend to another good friend. Right? So they ended the letter with lot of X's for love, and they mailed it to the address of Bog Insights, because the landlord would receive the letter and they wrote please forward over it, so landlord would write the actual address and forward it. That was their idea. Days passed after that. There was no reply to that. Initial belief, initially they thought Wanda may not, the landlord may not have forwarded it, Wanda may not have received the letter. Right? Another concept was because she was so hurt and angry that she was not interested in answering the letter anymore. And Wanda said we couldn't blame her for being angry because we have behaved in such a way that she has all the right to be upset with us. So weeks passed. There was no reply to that letter. Peggy had now gone back to her normal life. She had fallen. She had gone back to her normal life, returned to her normal business that any student does. Wanda still was stuck with. Maddie still was stuck with the thoughts of Wanda. Every night when she slept, she made speeches about Wanda. She dreamt of Maddie defending her from crowds. Now, any person who tried to speak, how many dresses if you got, and Wanda responded to that in a typical way where she pressed her lips before saying, Maddie would cry out stop, and then everybody would feel ashamed and go away. These were the dreams that Wanda had every night after not receiving the letter. Now time passed slowly. Christmas was arriving, right? So it was festive season, and you could see Entire market was decorated, the school classroom was decorated, and on the last day of the school, the teachers said that she had received a letter from Wanda. Right? So what was entire class was interested in listening to the letter of Wanda. Maybe Wanda had led, but she was in the back of everyone's mind, because they had this guilt conscience of not behaving with her properly, not being her friend, leaving her alone in the classroom, not embracing her with open arms. That way she would feel comfortable. She was an outsider, an immigrant. They didn't make her comfortable. So the letter initially started by asking about how were the students of 13. Then she said the girls of the classroom can keep all the 100 dresses. Or when she said 100 dresses, she meant the painting she had made of the 100 dresses, because she said she had new ones in her house lined up in her closet. And then said the girl Peggy could have the drawing of the green dress which had red trimming, while her friend Maddie can have the blue one. You see the two dresses, the green and blue one. The green was for Peggy and the blue one was for Maddie. And then she, being polite, she said that she missed her class that Christmas, and the new teacher was no way as good as Mrs. Mason. And then she wished Merry Christmas to everybody, and she closed the letter by signing it. So now they started on the way back from home. The paintings that were gifted, green one to Peggy, blue one to Maddie, they started investigating the drawings, admiring the drawings, and they said they looked mesmerizing. Entire city was decorated for Christmas, and Peggy said that two things Peggy concluded, that A, she must have received our letter, and that's the reason why she responded, but not directly to us, by sending a letter to Mrs. Mason, because she didn't need to send a letter to Miss Mason after leaving the school. She wanted to convey that she had received the letter, and she wanted to receive. That's why she purposefully gifted the two particular drawings to Peggy and Maddie. And that also showed that while at the school, Wanda also liked those two. That's what Peggy's conclusion, and that's why she behaved like that. Maddie was still sad. She said, I hope that she had received a letter and she actually liked us. But what disturbed Peggy was that the thought that she would never be able to see Wanda Petronsky ever again. Now she went home and hung the picture on the wall. The room was dull. She was poor, Maddie. But the entire room glue after picture was hung. Such was the picture was hung on the wall. And she sat on her bed and started admiring the drawing. She looked at it and she felt it was a very nice gesture by Wanda. While she was admiring the picture very seriously, she noticed that the face above the dress was actually Maddie's face. She had actually drawing a portrait. Wanda actually drew a portrait of Maddie, and that was very surprising for her. She ran towards the house of Peggy, and she pleaded to show the drawings she had received. And when they saw the painting gifted to Peggy, she had actually drawn a portrait of Peggy in that. Now they were certain that the girl actually liked both of them, and they actually could have been friends while they had said. And she had tears in her eyes. What a missed opportunity. Such a splendid and brilliant girl who stood looking stolidly, and the girls teased her. She was actually wanted to be friends of both Maggie and Paddy, and they had missed that opportunity, and they would live with that regret forever, because they would never be able to meet Peggy again, Wanda again. So that will be it for this video. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Thank you and goodbye.